Alright, hello there. So, Bethesda just put out a video a couple of hours ago about their May update. So, it's 5 minutes long. And rather than me kind of, basically doing a kind of a breakdown after the fact, we're going to just watch this and then I'll give my opinion on certain stuff and just talk about it. So, yeah, if you, I'll put a link if you'd rather just watch it by yourself. But yeah, let's get into it, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jess Finster, Community Director at Bethesda, and I'm here today at Bethesda Game Studios to talk to you all about the next update coming to Starfield. The team has been hard at work, so let's go chat with them to see what they've been working on.
Yay, update.
So, with Update 4 on the horizon, what are some of the new features that players have to look forward to?
So we see a lot of feedback online that players really want a lot more utility and detail in our surface maps. So
Oh my, okay. So I will be pausing this to talk about some stuff, but straight away that is very cool. So that's New Atlantis. The maps are like three-dimensional now. That's awesome. Also notice there's like a little ship on the thingy. I wonder will that ship symbol change depending on if there's like, based on what the ship is. So that's a big improvement overall. Just I wasn't expecting it to be like 3D like that. There's a lot of the one thing I will say is there's a lot of stuff kind of cluttered together. So hopefully we will be able to zoom in. Now we may be able to zoom in. I'll just keep playing and yeah.
we took what's there, we blew it all up, and instead now we have a whole new aesthetic.
That is
to the
very
surface
cool.
maps
Though.
where you
Oh,
can see the terrain,
and
all
there's
the
a
detail in the
Keela.
terrain, trees, rocks, all the structures.
Oh, it
the
even
terrain.
works.
It's a lot easier to navigate.
Okay, so it even works on planets. That's actually pretty insane. And that alone will kind of make it more interesting when it comes to trying to find out a place to build a base. Because if you've watched any of my streams, I tend to kind of like run around trying to find interesting like natural formations and beaches and stuff. And it seems like we'll be able to basically watch it. Also, it looks like we're looking at like a hollow map, which is really cool. I like the kind of the highlight of the ship there. Anyway, let's keep watching.
We've also made it easier to get around the cities.
Okay,
You
yeah.
can see markers.
So again, we've got a lot of kind of clutter and stuff with the markers, which is really cool. Now, something I am noticing is he's looking at that well location. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to directly fast travel to those places. I would assume probably not because they'd have to add extra cells. But it would be a cool idea if you could just be like, okay, I'm landed. I really need to head to the well. Instead of, hitting loads of loading screens, I could just bring up my hood, fast travel, away we go. But I am liking the improvement so far.
For all the shops, the enhanced boutiques, restaurants, you name it, it's all there. It's a lot easier.
Okay, yeah, no, I like that. That's
With
really
Update 4,
cool.
we're also adding a bunch of gameplay options.
Oh, let's pause here. Okay, so we have enemy combat damage, player combat damage, enemy ship damage, player ship damage, aim assist, ammo weight, carry capacity, cargo access distance, vendor credits, medical healing items, food healing, sleep healing, sustenance, combat affliction gain, affliction treatment, affliction prognosis, environmental damage restoration, save on waste. Okay, so it seems like there's like again, we'll see what they're saying, but it seems like there's an XP modifier, negative or positive XP depending on these, which realistically that's like fair enough. The cargo capacity greatly increased. The one thing I'm interested in is sustenance. I think that is going to be our closest as we're going to get to survival mode. Now it's cool that it shows like the damage the enemies do versus the damage you do to the enemies, player combat damage. It's interesting though that bumping up the player combat damage, is that damage to the player? I'm assuming that's damage to the player. Um, and then obviously we've got the cargo is the vendor credits and stuff. The food healing is going to be one I'm going to bump up. Hopefully they don't, like, again, the XP is pretty minuscule because as you see there in cargo capacity they have it greatly increased. It's only negative 8% XP. which isn't a huge issue, you know. XP is whatever. But anyway, let's keep looking.
So for that, players can really tune their experience how they prefer. We're adjusting things like capacity of vendor credits, the actual carry weight.
Oh, lovely
Additionally,
potatoes.
affects to difficulty. So some of those, depending on how you play, you can actually tune to be like space combat more difficult or gun combat less difficult. It's really up to you. And depending on how you balance them, it'll change how you get XP.
That's awesome. So you're really upping the ante for players that want an even bigger challenge.
Yeah, and with that, we actually are adding what's called the extreme difficulty. It sits above very hard, and it really, really makes you pay attention, especially for the higher level characters.
Because I will say, extreme difficulty, it's kind of interesting. I mean, very hard difficulty is... It's only very hard if you're not using specific weapons. Like, if you play on very hard and use a Varun rifle with the right perks, enemies are, you know, they have no real damage. Like, they do damage, but yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. Was kind of hoping we would get, like, a kind of a survival based, but it seems like we can tweak one. But anyway, let's see what else.
How about ship customization? I
Oh,
know
here we
players are
go.
really capitalizing on all of the ship content in the game, and we've seen some really crazy stuff out there that I'm sure you guys have seen as well. But are you adding anything more to the ship customization?
Yeah, so people love to customize their
Damn right
ships.
they do.
Some of the builds out there are just mind-blowing. Some beautiful, beautiful stuff. So now we're turning our attention to the inside of the ships. So we're adding a decorate mode where you can
Okay.
go and fully furnish and customize the
Okay, that's pretty
interior
cool.
layout of the ships, place the furniture, decorations, basically everything you can do in outpost mode. We can now do in the ship, and it's saved, and you can do that to your entire fleet.
Okay, so that's definitely cool, but most people are more interested in the external ship builder and not the internal. It's going to be interesting because the thing is, are they going to allow us to delete like preset ship stuff? Like, say for instance, you know, like the tables and stuff. Because hopefully they will. I'm assuming they will. Because if not, that's going to be a bit tricky. But again, not too bad.
In addition to decorate mode,
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
A new set of empty habs.
Empty
so
habs.
basically,
Okay.
Instead of pre-cluttered habs in the ship builder, we'll have a new set where there's no furniture, there's no decoration, nothing. It's a total blank slate, so players can just kind of fill it up.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, one thing I am noticing though is that dartboard where it is. I'm wondering if that was placed using the outpost, the decorator, or if it was placed like with a kind of like one of Bethesda's tools or systems. Because I know from customizing my outpost, trying to place things on walls can be very finicky. And even like that little ship on the desk. So maybe because the ship space is going to be a lot more closed in, that they're going to potentially do some they're going to potentially, like, you know, make it less restrictive. We'll have to find a way to merge glitch the interiors too.
For their own stuff.
That's amazing.
That's cool,
They'll really
though.
get to emulate whatever their personality showcase is outside on the inside. Then.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that it?
New Game Plus. Is there anything being added?
Was that it? So they're not adding new parts or new weapons, or they're just adding interiors? Like, we've got their Discord. If any of you guys are familiar, we have a Starfield Discord, and we've got over 100 members, and we're all massive shipbuilders. I don't think I don't remember ever seeing anyone show pictures of the inside of their ships. I don't think people are really interested too much about the inside of their ships, realistically. So it's just, hopefully we'll see. We still have 3 minutes to go. Let's hope like that we get something more out of this.
Added to this update that helps the players after they've completed the campaign to return to the game.
Yeah, so if you're like me and you find the more you go through the Unity, the more you become the hunter, the one thing I want to do is be able to respec my traits. So we're adding that. So in case you
that's good. That's a really good feature.
DNA, and you really want that new dream home experience, you get to choose that when going through the Unity. In addition, you'll be able to rechange your appearance.
Really living that Next Second Life, huh?
Exactly.
Awesome. Is there any
So, real quick, like that was one of the features I said I would have loved to see. It just kind of adds more to the New Game Plus. Now, the only thing I would say, it would be nice if every New Game Plus, or like say the first couple of New Game Pluses, you got the option to have an extra trait. So, like, after the max traits, you guys maybe 5, just to kind of give it more variety so you feel like, okay, I'm a character that's invested a lot of time, more akin to Mass Effect. You ever played Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3? When you go to the New Game Plus, they give you like a bonus power. But yeah, anyway, let's see what else they're saying.
anything else that you guys want to share about this update that players have to look forward to? I mean, you've already shared a lot as it is.
We're focusing now on our Xbox Series X players with this update. We're giving them some settings where they can help prioritize between performance.
Okay,
or
that's
visual.
quite good.
If they choose to prioritize performance, the target FPS will move to 60. And for players that have TVs that support VRR, they'll be able to choose between VRR 40 or VRR 60.
In addition to the new features we just talked about, there are a couple of quality of life updates that we're introducing. One of them is you can now toggle dialogue cameras off. So instead of getting that sort of focus,
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Whatever NPC you're talking to, it just stays in normal default camera mode. It's a little more immersive that way.
I like that. Yep.
Love it.
In addition to that, we're making the container and barter menus a bit more usable. We've added some tabs along the top, so it's easier to sort of see what.
Okay, again, I like that.
You're looking at, whether it's yourself or your ship, and it's just easier to navigate. Basically, inventory and item management. It's a small thing, but it actually, I think, makes it a lot nicer.
So, Tim, we just talked to Joe and Isfan a little bit about Update 4 and what's coming, but is there anything else that you want to talk about that's down the horizon?
So the team is working on our first land vehicle to drive around on planets.
Holy shit!
Obviously, we're working on.
Holy shit! Whoa, whoa, back the fuck up, back the fuck up, back the fuck up. I was right. I knew we were going to get actual vehicles. To anyone in the comments that said we wouldn't, haha. Alright, that is absolutely awesome. They're working on land vehicles, that is amazing. Like, the fact that, obviously, for people that may not be aware, or maybe like, why are you freaking out? For a Bethesda game, adding a new mechanic in the game, like a vehicle, we've never had, like, wheeled vehicles in a Bethesda game, like engine the creation engine sort of before. The most we had is either horses, which were horses, or we had like on rails like systems like the VTOL from Fallout. So vehicles, holy shit! Excuse my language, but holy shit!
So you can drive around on planets. Obviously, we're working on more quests and the massive Shattered Space expansion.
That's all very exciting. What about creations?
Okay, Alana, we're backpedaling here. So
you can drive around
we've
on
seen
planets.
this.
Obviously.
Okay, so where is this? Okay, so there's wanted posters there. I don't know if that's new, if that area is new. I've never seen those wanted posters before, which is pretty interesting.
We're working on more quests. And
okay, so that armor looks new. It's hard to tell, but just going off of the general look and face of it, it looks very House Varuni. It has that kind of cobra head on it, like the visor, which is really, really cool. I don't know what this is over here. Again, looks kind of similar. I think this is the same. This is just, okay, this is concept art, and this is the main. Now, we can't enhance here. But just given that it kind of makes me think, like, maybe House Varun potentially?
And the massive Shattered Space.
Okay, so that is pretty cool. We have not seen a planet like that before, with those big crystals and whatever that feature is in the background, like some sort of a shield.
Expansion.
That's all very exciting. What about creations? Anything you can share there?
I think we mentioned it earlier this year, but we've sent out our beta toolkit to verified creators, so hopefully more information on that soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Tim.
Hey, no problem, Jess.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining us and for your continued feedback. Just a reminder, the update is available on Steam Beta today and will be available on all platforms later this month. So we'll see you in the stars.
Okay, so the May update synopsis, not it's not the best. I'm a little let down with the ship customization. I think one of the big things that's been kind of keeping people interested when it comes to, at least for people like in my kind of community, like our community of kind of shipbuilders, is the shipbuilding. Now, obviously, the improved surface map and the improved navigation tabs is very cool, very nice, especially that it kind of covers all the planets. The new gameplay options are pretty cool. I want to get my hands on them, see if I can make it kind of a survival-esque mode. Ship decorations, like it's cool feature, like no, like obviously, but I feel like I don't think many people were asking for it specifically. Like a lot of people weren't too interested in the outpost builder, and even the ship or like the player kind of player home editor, just because you're quite limited on kind of your tools and stuff. So adding it to the ship, it's like it's a cool addition, but like when Mr. Howard said that there was going to be some ship improvements, or the ship update, I think was what he used. I was expecting some more parts or something, so it's a bit. The changes of traits and appearance to Unity is quite interesting. The traits more so than, the dialogue camera obviously is very cool, and then the display settings on the Series X is really nice. Being able to get 60 FPS. Obviously, I like they showed a teaser of the vehicles. That has me really excited because it's new mechanic. It shows that Bethesda are going to, try. Like a lot of people, when I initially covered the new ways to travel, a lot of people were like, "Oh, it'll probably just be new loading screens or stuff." And realistically, is it possible? We have ways to travel like that in other Elder Scrolls or in other like Elder Scrolls / Fallout games, where you just like call in something like a boat, for instance, click the boat, you teleport to where you need to be, sort of. So the fact that it's an actual vehicle is very, very cool, and I'm really excited. Now I'm wondering if that's going to be coming with Shattered Space, or if it's going to be coming sooner, hopefully sooner. All in all, pretty mixed, if I was to say. And this is someone who's a diehard Starfield fan. I think the new content's interesting, definitely. The new shipbuilder and stuff, again, good, but for someone like me who focuses primarily on building ships and stuff, I feel like it's a bit tame. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. May update a little. It's a bit different. I do apologize if you guys don't like this format. Like I said, if you want to just watch the video yourself, I'll put a link to it. But I just thought it'd be different and easier just to kind of talk and react to it. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think. Like, you happy? You sad? You kind of, I will say the vehicles have me pretty hyped. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.